Hey guys, it's Heather. Link is my homeboy. Today is Friday, February 15th, 2019. This is Flosstube number 14. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you for joining me and taking a little time out of your day to listen to me ramble on about my stitching. Magical Stitches is ruining my life. Ruining, running, ruling, enhancing. So lots of my stitching is based on those prompts and everything, so you'll hear me talking a lot about that. If you have not read or seen the Harry Potter books or movies and do not want spoilers, then this video is not going to be for you, because some of the challenges we do talk about things that happen in the movies and books. So I'll talk to you next year or something if you haven't watched Harry Potter. Life update. So Stitchy meetup got canceled because it decided to the weather decided to wreak havoc and nobody was up for driving and meeting up, so try again next month, I guess. And then let's see, River got sick because apparently it's that time of year where I have to take a child to the doctor every other week. She started with fever, like a pretty high fever. She had like 103 temperature, and she was being really like laid back, like not the medical definition of lethargic, but she was being very lethargic for her. She didn't really want to do anything. She didn't want to eat. She wanted to spend all of her time cuddling with me, and while I enjoy the cuddles, that's just not River. So it was very disconcerting. Took her to the doctor. They thought maybe she had strep because of the fever and the symptoms, and I guess her tonsils were irritated. So they swabbed her and they tested her for strep and came back negative. So they said probably what it is a virus called roseola, and it presents like tonsillitis or strep, but basically they just end up with like a high fever for a few days. And then once the fever breaks, they break out in like a full body rash. So River had a fever for about 3 days, and then on that fourth day, her fever broke, and she broke out in a rash. The rash is already gone. She's back to her normal self. She's eating, she's drinking, she's playing. She doesn't want to cuddle with me, so we're all back to normal. Jim got a new run at work. My husband works for the post office, and he got a new run, so he's moving to a different location, and he's got different hours and off days, and he starts that tomorrow. So his current work schedule was Tuesday through Saturday from noon to 8:30 is what his actual schedule was. But he works overtime, and they've been like having them come in early, and he's been going in at 8. So I think it's actually good that he's been doing that and then switching to this new schedule, because his new schedule is going to be 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. and his days off will be Sunday and Thursday. So split days off and a much earlier schedule than his actual schedule from before. And we're not sure what we're going to do. Like, he has to work overtime while I'm staying home with the kids. So we'll figure out. He might end up working 6 days and just be off in the afternoons. But he might also just do a couple of extra hours at the end, and he'd still have his evenings with us. So it's going to be an adjustment, but I think it's going to be better for us. So he'll get to spend more time with the kids. I'll have some more help, because right now he's pretty much gone the entire time the kids are awake. And so he doesn't get to see them, and I don't get a chance to really do anything around the house because I leave the room and the kids try to kill each other. So, so hopefully it works out, and he likes the new job, and he likes the hours, and hopefully it works out. So send good vibes out in the air, or pray, or do whatever for that transition. All right, so on to actual stitching. No FFOs. I haven't hit my FFO week yet. That'll start tomorrow, actually. So I don't know what I'm gonna FFO yet. I've looked through my stuff and kind of gotten a couple of ideas, but haven't actually figured out what I'm doing yet. I do have a couple of FOs. I've got some whips. I think one of my FOs is actually a new start. I have a couple of other new starts, but I can't show them to you because they're ATCs. So, and then I've got some haul and some Stitchy kindness and plans. So let's get into it. So FOs. So the now basically everything is because of magical stitches in literature. So I was making notes because Cheryl of Tranquil Stitches, she had said last time that she thought I was going to be a little more in depth with my notes. So I'm a little more in depth this time, so I can tell you exactly what I did. Hence the spoilers. Now this one, I don't think I used this for any. I don't think finishing this was anything to do with Magical Stitches, but I had worked on it last week for Magical Stitches, and so, or like the first week of February, I think, or last week of January. I had worked on it for some of those prompts, and then I just went ahead and finished it. And it's Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries. I love fall. Now, of course, I used like exactly 0 of the called for colors, and I made a couple of changes here. I didn't do the scalloped border. I had originally started it in a white metallic DMC diamond and changed my mind. I didn't like it. Couldn't figure out another color I wanted to use for it, so I just decided to not do the scalloped border. This is Jottery Designs. I think it's called Change of Seasons. I don't have those notes on me. I'm actually thinking of starting up a blog to show all my conversions because I do get messages a lot about the conversions that I do. So I'm probably going to start up a blog. I haven't researched really what different blogs are, like what different ones are out there. I put a call out and I haven't really looked into them to see which ones I like the best. So, I have the details written down and I will write a conversion up and stuff like that and hopefully get it on a blog. Most of this was done in Victorian motto colors. So, I don't remember the names off the top of my head. I don't have them with me right now, and then also down here in the corner, there's supposed to be 3 apples there. And while I do love apples and fall is not all about apples, so I put in an acorn and a pumpkin too. So I love all these little leaves all over the place. They're so cute. But yeah, I stayed mostly true to the pattern as far as like the colors, I think, if I remember right. But I really like the colors I picked. I like the variegation that you get from the Victorian mottos, and it gives it more depth. So, yay. No idea how I'm going to finish it just yet. I'm hoping to have that finished before fall so that I can display it. Who am I? Then this one was my other FO was also a new start. I think I started it like right after the video last time. And I used it for some February extra credit. It says do 500 stitches on a project that involves words. And I also did it for watching Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets before and after photo. And I had barely started the bee, and then using those 2 challenges, I got it finished. So this is Lizzie Kate, but first coffee. It's from the Coffee Time set. I think I used 1 called for color. I think those beans are DMC 435. I think that's called for. The brown up here is a Victorian motto, Vintage Cocoa, I think. The cup is a Victorian motto called Juniper. The word coffee is Gassed Carriage Black. See, it's got like brown and black tones to it, so I thought it kind of looked like coffee. And then the border here and the whites and the steam there, It's all a Mo's Sale, like, shady taupe. She has these bags where it's got like 8 skeins of, or 6 skeins of floss in like varying shades from basically white up to the color. And so I picked one of those. And this is done on a 20 count vintage country mocha. 20 count Ada vintage country mocha. And this is on 14 count, the Gold Dust, the Charles Craft Ada. All right, so those were my finishes. Whips. So I've worked on, besides the 2 I finished, I've worked on like 4 different things, and most of them have been done in the Magical Stitches categories. So week 2, which was February 4th to February 10th, was Polyjuice Potion. So Polyjuice Potion is a potion that you can make and drink to turn you into someone else. And so there are 7 ingredients, and we had to stitch on 7 different things with either 100 stitches, or you can do penalty stitches. So if you don't have something that fits the category, you can stitch basically double of whatever was required for that item. So this week they were having us do 100 stitches on these items, and some of them, you know, and then it would be 200 penalty stitches. So the first thing was lacewing flies, and so we had to do something that flies. And I worked on Fuzzy Fox Designs, Mr. Gobbles the turkey. I started this for the turkey sale back in October of 2018 and hadn't touched it since. I had done like this color on these 3 feathers, and that was it. But that's where I got on that one. Next, I can't remember what the actual item was. I just wrote down that, you know, something that sucks or just plain, something that sticks or just plain sucks. I kind of went punny on this one, and I said that I'm using my Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery's Which Better. I said it has suckers on it, and you know, suckers have sticks. They will get sticky, and you suck on them. So I used that one. Before I think I had the border and the witch and the bat done. So that's what I got done on that one. Next, it was something rare. So the item we had to stitch on had to be something that was like an out of print pattern, or something that was really hard to find. And I used my Ink Circles Twisted Heart because the floss is a Mo's Sale floss, and those are not typically available after she makes them. Sometimes she'll do like a re-dye and stuff like that, but this is a Mo's Sale. It's called River Song. I'm stitching this for my daughter because her name is River, named after River Song from Doctor Who. So I only had like a little bit of this up here done, maybe this much, and got all that done. Because I actually used this for another prompt, dark fabric, something featuring a night scene, because I don't remember. I guess I need to make these a little more detailed. But yeah, so I stitched on this for 2 different prompts. Then, let's see. Oh, I stitched on this for 2 different prompts too. The next one was, I think the item is knot grass, and I was too lazy to get up and go get something that had grass in it, so I just added 200 stitches to this. So that's what happened on that one. And then I switched, because this week covered the switch over on my rotation. And this is the piece I've stitched on for literally everything since. I haven't touched anything else since this project. I accidentally started on the 7th thinking it was the 8th, because with my daughter being sick that week, I got mixed up, and I actually started my mediums week a day early. So, oops, but it's okay. So it's the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Sweet as Pie Sal. I will insert a picture here of where it was before I picked it up. And here's where it is now. So, holy progress, Batman. But I'm not taking out the Q stamp. It's just the border. It's just the pie border. Pie shell border. So, yeah. And I kind of thought maybe I was going to get this done this week with as much progress as I was getting on it, but I ran out of a color, almost. There's a chocolate cream pie that goes here, and it's like the main part of it is this color right here, and I have like 4 strands of that left. So I thought, you know, oh, well, I'll go to Michael's and get it. And then I was like, well, never mind, before I put this away, like I'm not going to be able to get all the rest of it done before I put this away. So this has been used for, let's see, item number 6 was something with skin, because it was boom slang skin. I just did 200 stitches on this. The next one was a project you were enabled to stitch from someone else. Nobody enabled me to stitch this one, so I just went ahead and put another 200 stitches in on it. And then I think I used this for some extra credit too. Yeah, so it says 500 stitches on a project that just makes you want to moan and cry for Moaning Myrtle. This project, like, it doesn't make me want to moan and cry anymore, but when I first started this project, because I started it when the SAL was first released in May of 2017, and I got about 75% of the border done, and then realized that there was a counting error somewhere, so put it in timeout until I got done, like, being mad at it. Then I went through and figured out, and I had to frog like 50% of what I had done. Probably over 50% of what I had done. So frogged that, put it away again because I was pissed at it, and then got it back out. So like, and then when I was stitching on it for some of those challenges, I did have to frog it a couple of times still. And then even last night when I was working on it, I had to frog part of this damn pie. So this thing is like, I'm ready for it to be done. So, but I'm gonna work on it today, but yeah, let's see, what else did I use it for? Project that is sluggish. So Sweetest Pie is definitely sluggish. It's my oldest whip now. So we're like a year and a half after it first started, and I haven't finished it. So it'll turn 2 years old in May, and I want to be done with it before then. Which, the progress I've gotten on it this time is definitely going to be enough to be able to get it done next rotation. So now I do, because let's see, I still need to go get the color for here, and then I'll probably finish at least this pie today, but probably not this one. So I'll probably have 2 pies left to do, and then I realized I have to go back and put the mouths on these ones here. Like, I did their eyes, but I forgot their mouths. And then some of these pies, the whipped cream or the ice cream, doesn't show up very well against the fabric I've chosen. So some of these I'm gonna have to go back and like back stitch around the whipped cream or whatever to make sure it shows up better. They're showing up pretty well right here, right now in the sunlight coming in through the window and on camera, but in real life they don't show up very well. Like, even just sitting right here and knowing where they are, I can't tell half the time. Like, I have to turn it at a certain angle or something like that to figure it out. But so this is done on a piece of 14 count oatmeal Aida in all the called for DMCs. I didn't do the fancy flosses, which is good because I'd been pissed if I had done, because all this brown out here is called for in a fancy floss, and I would have been pissed if I had to frog all that. Like, I probably would have just thrown it away. All right, and then the homework this week is, so now we've taken our polyjuice potion, and so we have to do 200 stitches on 2 out of the 3 of these. You get bonus points if you do all of them, or you can do 400 penalty stitches. Me being a dummy, I haven't been counting my pie stitches because I'm an idiot. And because I was thinking, oh, well, at the end of the week, I'll get out my Haunted Mansion Sal because it fits all of these. I could have just done the penalty stitches. I've done over 400 many times because like each of those pies is like 400 stitches or more. But anyway, I digress. So homework this week is a project you have modified in some way because Polyjuice Potion modifies you. You drink it, it turns you into someone else. So the Haunted Mansion Sal, I'm doing a punny conversion, so definitely modified. Number 2, a project that has a cat in it because Hermione accidentally puts cat hair in hers and it's only for human transformations. Things go wrong if you use other animals. And so she accidentally puts cat hair in hers and she partially turns into a cat. Again, Haunted Mansion Sal, that has cats. And number 3 is a project that has a ghost because when they're brewing there's ghosts of course in Hogwarts and everything, but when they're brewing the Polyjuice Potion, they're brewing it in Moaning Myrtle's bathroom and she's a ghost. So Haunted Mansion Sal has ghosts. So, but I'll get that out tomorrow and get these done, or I might even count some of my pie, if I remember, I might even count some of my pie stitches and use it towards that. I still have one other extra credit to do for the month, which is 200 stitches on a project that has a scary animal on it, which the Haunted Mansion Sal has bats and spiders, and so I'm going to use that one. Because you cannot do penalty stitches for extra credit. If you don't have an item that fits it, then you can't get the extra credit. So, and I just hadn't gotten that out yet. All right, so I think that's it on Magical Stitches. I'm not going to go over book stuff. There's plenty of YouTube channels for that, that do all that, and I'm not going to. So I've read some books. All right, haul. I bought this lovely piece of fabric from Misty over at Mystic Fabrics. It's a 14 count Aida opalescent. It's like blues and greens. I'm trying to get a good picture. There we go. That's about true to color there. It is very vivid, very mottled between the two colors, and very sparkly. It smells good too. No idea what I'm going to stitch on it. I just wanted it pretty. I also got my Fabric Club from Julie at Gulf Coast Stitches. And honestly, I was thinking of canceling, but there's no way in hell I'm doing that now because she's partnered with Ship's Manor and Color and Cotton now too. And I love Color and Cotton. I've never tried Ship's Manor, but I'm excited to. So I got Classic Colorworks Tufted Yellow, Classic Colorworks Vintage Violet, which, beautiful. Color and Cotton Dracula, definitely Dracula. That's looking a little more red than it actually is. It's a little bit darker, but it's got some good modeling. Color and Cotton Vineyard, and Ship's Manor Prim and Proper. It's a very, very pretty dusky rose color. So, yay. Also bought a couple things from BendyStitchyDestash. Country Spirits Collection Haunted Hill House. That's a cute little Halloween small. And Heart and Hand Wee Gobbler. So, I like the turkey's feathers. I like his tail feathers. It's got all different color feathers. Then apparently I've just been super lucky lately, and I've won quite a few giveaways on people's channels. So JennuhXStitches on Flosstube here, she was giving away, and this was like 2 different videos. She had given away a couple of needle minders, and one of them was this Pikachu, and another one is a Perler Bead Eevee. So I was like, those are cute. Yes, please. Pokemon needle minders. And then won a couple of giveaways from Laura of Lauraxstitches. I've got this summer chart book, Emma Congdon. I love these chart books. They're great for ATCs or little gifts and stuff. And also a Geeky Stitching Co. Kill 'em with Kindness. And then she sent me a couple little bonus things. She sent me some 14 count bright pink Ada. That would be good for ATCs or maybe a small. And then also this kit for just chill. It's only Christmas. Look at that little penguin. Look how fat that little penguin is. And that's also a Geeky Stitching Co. thing. So, and then Gina of Hanging by a Thread. She passed along this pattern. Little House Needleworks, Home of a Needleworker 2. And I am going to convert this to, I mean, it looks kind of like prim and country right now, and it's not going to look prim and country at all when I get done with it. I'm not making any changes to the pattern itself other than I might take that little home, that little house out of the letter H. I don't really like that. But there's gonna be some color conversion. So be on the lookout for that. And last thing here. So Stitch and Mommy had a giveaway for the new Stitch Along from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, the Seize the Day. And I was the lucky winner. So this is the kit. So it comes with the fabric, the floss, a needle, and the needle minder. Which see, I got some stuff ready for it. Like I pulled some of the flosses and I got the starting point done on it so I could just pick it up and run with it when I get to it, which should be next week. But it's this 28 count Zweigert even weave. It's like a sandy color. And then there's the little needle minder. It's like those the little beach tents. And then it comes with the floss on a card. So I was very excited to have won that. So the first release came out January 25th. And then the second release comes out on February 25th. So I'm hoping to at least get January done. I don't know that I will actually stay caught up with it, but we'll see. We'll see. I guess we'll see how fast each part stitches up. So, all right, so plans. I'm just going to keep going with the Magical Stitches stuff and try to fit my stuff in as much as I can. And I think I'm going to change up my rotation again. So I know you're going to laugh, and that's fine. Because I haven't stuck with my rotation for more than a month, you know, each time I've made a change on it. And that's fine, because right now I'm trying it out and just trying to figure out what works for me, because I'm hoping that this can be a sustainable thing. I'm not trying out rotation just for the year. I'm trying a rotation to keep my stuff more organized and to start getting stuff in and out and going. So I think what I'm going to do, what I'm going to try in March, is I'm going to try 10-day splits. So smalls for 10 days, so like the first 10 days, 1st through 10th. Mediums for the 11th to the 20th. And then BAPs and SALs for the 21st through the end of the month. However many days might be in that month. So it could be 10 days, could be 11 days. Now, this doesn't put any sort of must-have FFO week, but I'm still going to make sure that I FFO something in the month, because I still have a goal of 12 FFOs by the end of the year. So, you know, in some months I could do more than one, who knows? But I'm hoping to do at least one a month. And this obviously doesn't leave any room for new starts either, but I've decided that as long as I have room in my whip count, which I'm not going above 20. Now, like test stitching, ATCs, gifts, things like that don't count. In that count, or my travel projects, those don't count either. Because those aren't things that like travel projects don't get consistently worked on. Because I've just got a couple of Meal Hoe kits in my purse, and that's what I use as my travel projects. And then like gifts, of course, those are going to be gone and done. ATCs are going to be gone and done. So there's no point in putting those on there. Test stitches, same thing, gone and done. So there's no point in adding those to my WIP rotation. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to try it out. If I don't like it, then I might change again. Who knows? This whole year, I might change every month. And that's fine because I'm testing it out. I can't say that I'm going to stick with it, but I've stuck with the rotation I've set for each month. I haven't gone outside of that. So I'm proud of myself for doing that and making sure that I'm making an effort to actually try the rotation and stick with it. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'll try in March. And we'll see how it works. Okay, last little bit. So I was going to give away this. So I had 7 people enter. I've got everybody on a list over here. 1 through 7. Let's generate here. Maybe. Can I do this backwards or no? Is it because I'm touching the screen down here? Okay, generate. Number 5. Number 5 is Meline Maillot. If I said that wrong, I'm so sorry. I don't speak French. It looks French. So congratulations. Get in contact with me. I will put my email below, and maybe I'll actually remember to put my email below because I said that last time I did a giveaway and I didn't put my email. But yeah, get me your address and I will get it sent out to you as soon as I can. All right. That's all I've got for you. So have a good stitchy whatever. Hopefully I'll see you back in a couple weeks. Talk to you later. Bye.